Hi and welcome to Cathe TV. This is our STS check-in and congratulations, you just completed mesocycle 2. How did you like those drop sets? They got the job done and quickly. I loved how we moved from exercise to exercise. Not to say it was easy, definitely wasn't, but I loved the change and it felt really good. I'm sure you did too. Well, we've earned ourselves an active recovery week. You know the deal. Keep yourselves active, increase your cardio a little bit if you want to, let your muscles recover. That's the name of the game. Definitely don't want to be doing any kind of challenging weight training. Just keep the week light and have fun with it and gear yourselves up for mesocycle 3 because we got a goodie coming. And the main thing I want to emphasize with mesocycle 3 is that you find the weight that challenges you for 9 reps straight. You can't just throw it out there and say, oh, this is good enough or this feels pretty heavy. You really must find that exact weight that you can do 9 times, not 10, 11, 12, etc., 9. And then you'll be in the ballpark for really needing and begging for that 3-minute rest. If you find yourself saying at the 30-minute mark of your rest period, I want to start up again, you did not select the heaviest weight that you need to be using here. And you're only doing yourself a disservice on this mesocycle because this mesocycle doesn't have a lot of change. It's a few exercises, 4 sets, get in there hard. So you must train hard and focus on the simplicity of the move and give it your all and maximize those muscle fibers. Okay, so by the end of these 4 weeks, you should be 5% stronger using this 5% method. Now we're going to move on to our form and foundation section. I'd like to focus on the bench press and all the variations of it. I'm going to focus on the bench press and variations of the bench press. And as we know, the bench press targets the chest muscles. You have the pectoralis major muscles across the entire broad chest region, and then you have the pectoralis minor muscles just beneath the major muscles, and they kind of wing out on the outer edges of the chest. So what we'll do is I'll start demonstrating a flat bench press first, and what you're going to take your weight and you're going to roll down into position. Now you can either anchor your feet flat on the floor, however if they don't feel fixed on the floor, you can bring them up onto your bench so that you're feeling more stable. You're going to extend your arms up and you're going to take them just slightly wider than shoulder width apart. If you get really wide, and that's a variation, but before I get ahead of myself, I'm going to just show you the basic version first, which is hands just slightly wider, wrists strong and straight, and then you're going to just bring the bar down right to the chest and push up. And you're aiming that bar right across the center portion of the chest, coming down and up. You want to be sure that you don't collapse the wrists backwards and lose your alignment coming down like this with your wrists strained. Keep the knuckles to the sky and just lower the bar right down toward the chest. Now you don't need to bang it into the chest, but you do want to come down far enough so you feel a nice range of motion throughout your chest area. Now, if you take your hands just slightly wider on the bar, you're going to notice that you're going to feel this isolates the chest muscles just a little bit more. You're going to feel less shoulder and tricep in it. You're going to feel mostly your chest. And obviously, if you bring the hands just a little bit inside of the shoulder, you're going to feel it more. It becomes more like a close grip bench press, which indeed it is, and you're going to fire those triceps much more specifically. Okay? And then we have other options. So I'll come up and I'll show you some other options. Now for your incline, you can take the bench up a little higher at about a 30 to 45 degree incline. And the same rules apply as for the flat bench as far as how to place your hands just outside shoulder width grip here. Now the only change here is that we're emphasizing the upper chest more, obviously because the body's a little more upright. So you're going to bring the bar up just down to just a little bit higher up on the chest, down and up like this. Again, your wrists stay strong and straight. Now one bonus to having an incline chest press is that it does take a little bit of stress off the rotator cuff. However, that's not to say you're not using your shoulders, because anytime our position gets a little more vertical versus horizontal, the shoulders still come into play. So you are using your front delt muscle, it's just that it's less stress on the rotator cuff. Okay, and then we would put this down. Now we do have another option, and that is to go beyond flat, and that would be a decline position. So you can take your bench down way into this decline position, and depending on how you're hookup is on your bench, you'd anchor your feet and go down. Now, just because it would be hard for me to talk with my head upside down to you, I'm just going to explain some benefits of the decline bench press. And what the decline does is it emphasizes the lower chest. So what you did is you had your flat bench emphasizing all the general chest area, and your incline emphasizing the upper chest area, and now your decline emphasizes the lower chest area. And the nice thing about the decline is your hands again will be positioned exactly the same way as for all the other bench press positions. However, if this time you want to bring your hands in just slightly to the inside, favoring it just slightly to the inside, that'll really fire up the inner pecs, especially if you concentrate on the top portion of the movement.